Greetings, YouTube. Americans love war. Not only do we like the actual event war itself, we're remarkably good at them. We enjoy attacking other nations. We enjoy taking whatever possible excuse we can to bombing brown people. It's one of our few things that we have on the list of exports that we seem to excel at. But we don't just enjoy war as an actual event. We like war as a metaphor. One of the first wars on something that I can remember hearing about is the war on poverty. That was a complete and utter failure. Poverty is rampant in America, and the number of people who are living at or below the poverty line is criminal. In fact, I would gladly endorse charging wealthy people in the nation a surcharge for the privilege of being wealthy in America so that there were no poor people. But we've also had things like a war on some drugs, which I've mentioned in the past, which has also been an abysmal failure, unless, of course, you're defining the war on some drugs as trying to put as many Americans into for-profit slavery as possible. Well, then it's been an unheralded success. And then, of course, we've had the war on terrorism, which has also been a complete and utter failure. Unless you're defining it as stripping Americans of their civil liberties and human rights, then again, it's been an unqualified success as well. The only war on something that Americans have really excelled at in the last 40 years or so has been the current war on women being waged by social conservatives in America. Now, I'm going to link to a video a number of women have made on this topic, where they read actual quotes from politicians and political candidates about women's rights or the lack thereof. I will also be linking to a page which deals with women's stories about their involvement with the Planned Parenthood organization and how the Planned Parenthood has helped them in life. To give you a kind of a little more balanced view, if I may steal a concept from a horrible news station. And I would also like to read a quote here. This is from the FBI. And now the FBI has rewritten the rules on the definition of rape to be more inclusive. Their reasoning is by doing so, more rapes will be reported, which means they will then have better data, proper statistics. They will be able to allocate resources for dealing with the survivors of rape and the issue itself. Their current definition is as follows: penetration, no matter how slight, of the vagina or anus with any body part or object, or oral penetration by a sex organ of another person without the consent of the victim. Now, why do I bring this up in a video that deals with the war on women? I bring it up because of certain states' desire to require women to have a trans-vaginal ultrasound done before they have allowed access to a legally sanctioned abortion, which is a legal medical procedure. So a trans-vaginal ultrasound involves using a trans-vaginal wand, which is an object which looks much like a penis, which is inserted inside of a woman's uterus for the purposes of getting an ultrasound image of what is going on inside the uterus. And if you are not consenting to that, if you do not want that done, that, by the definition of the FBI itself, would fall into the category of rape. So, in essence, there are social conservatives in America today that are endorsing the rape of a woman because she wants access to a legally allowed medical procedure. I want you to just think about that for a second. I want you to let that sink in. And if it does, if it can really soak right into your mind and tap into your sympathy and your empathy and your compassion, you will see just how horribly twisted the social conservative view of the world is in America today, because it just nauseates me.